So here we have Hobnobin General. This is my extremely handsome horse who came from Indiana about a week ago. And he's a 16 3.5 hand, 6 year old gelding. And he is also, in addition to being tall, he's just extremely big bodied. So a really big sort of horse, big presence, uphill, all the things. So I wasn't sure today. Well, first of all, let me back up. He's been here for over a week now, and the reason we haven't done anything is two reasons. One, I've been really sick, and two, he's been barefoot turned out all winter, which is awesome, and his feet are great. My farrier was really happy with them, but his hinds, especially his left hind, was pretty overgrown and long, so my farrier had to take a lot off. So he was pretty stingy behind after he got his feet done, and it took him really basically a week to adjust. And I'm sure if you put testers on him, he's still probably footsore, but he felt well enough today to go for a ride. And I've seen him bopping around in his pen, and, so I wasn't sure how much horse he was going to be. But hilariously, he is extremely amateur friendly. He takes a bunch of leg. He's not overly sensitive. He's not overly reactive. He's very simple. You just have to sort of bluntly tell him what you want him to do, and he will do his best to answer that question. As is always the case, I think that their trot work is the best as they come out of the canter. It just loosens them up, takes tension out of their top line. He's very simple in the way that, anytime we're going through this corner here, which is the gate side, you're always babysitting that outside shoulder. Doesn't matter if it's to the left or the right, same thing both ways. And then on the other 3 quarters of the ring, he's super simple. I mean, he's relatively straight for a first post track ride. He stays nicely in between my legs. He's fairly happy and willing to go into the contact. He starts figuring it out here a little bit. I thought he gave me some really good moments where he was starting to come through and connect. Yeah, I was really happy with him. I thought that this was a really excellent first post track ride for any horse, and he handled himself very nicely. When we went to the right, it's just more of the same. The right is definitely his little bit harder direction. The bend came easier to him to the left, so I had to work a little bit more to get him to loosen his rib cage around my inside leg a little bit, but he did. And then here, coming by this gate corner, you'll see me having to make a few corrections, like right there, that outside shoulder slips past, and we have a hard lean at the gate, but a few kicks, and on he goes. He straightens back out down the long side. So he is funny because he's just not a very sensitive horse, which is great. I mean, that makes him very sort of amateur friendly. So when I asked him to canter, the first couple times he picked up the canter, it sort of was a long, fast trot until we finally sort of fell into the canter. And then, of course, that lends to being in a rather unbalanced canter. So I think this first canter transition I have on here, that's what happens. I'm asking him to canter here, and we're just doing a run-on trot. He picks up the canter, which is great. He gets the right lead, but he's pretty disorganized here and on his forehand because we didn't do a nice transition. And so then here I have to manage him coming by this gate side. And so then finally here we catch our balance and catch our breath and put things together. And then once you have him in that balance, he's really quite nice. I mean, it's a lovely canter. He has a great rhythm. Super soft in it. So he broke out of the canter. He takes quite a bit of leg. So I thought he could do a better transition anyway. So it was just an opportunity to do a better canter transition. So I'm asking, and that was a much better canter transition. That only took maybe 3 steps versus the last one, which I think took 7 or 8 steps. So that was a lot better. And then, of course, he's just in a more organized, balanced canter from the get. Here I'm babysitting that outside shoulder. He's a good boy. I thought he found the bend maybe a little easier to the right in the canter than he did in the trot at first. He was very straight through his shoulders in that right canter. This was in the scheme of doing first post track rides, this is a very easy first post track ride. I mean, he made my life pretty simple. I was really happy with him. Just a really nice, good boy, not complicated. And then we had a little bit of walk and then video of him on the ground on cross ties is at the end.